Hello students, good morning. I hope that you are keeping well at your home in the time of lockdown and you are carrying on your studies with full concentration. Now once again I am here with a new video on electrostatics, and in this video again we are going to continue the applications of Gauss theorem. In the previous video you have seen we have discussed about two applications of the Gauss theorem. First, electric field due to infinitely long charged conductor. In the second application we have seen electric field due to a charged spherical cell. Now in this third application, this application is to find electric field at a point in the nearby space of a plane sheet of charge. Suppose this is a plane metallic sheet and it is given some amount of charge plus q, and that charge spreads over the surface of this sheet uniformly. Here you can see the charge is positive. These positive charges are distributed uniformly over the plane sheet. Now you can see electric lines of force are moving perpendicular outward from the surface of the sheet in two directions, as sheet has two planes. One is towards positive x-axis, one is towards negative x-axis. So electric flux is passing perpendicular out from the plane of the sheet in both the directions. Now if we consider a plane of surface area ds in front of the sheet at some distance, what is going to be the electric flux associated with this surface? So first of all, what is the surface charge density of this plane sheet? So as we know, surface charge density of the sheet sigma is equal to total charge given to the sheet divided by its surface area. So sigma is equal to q divided by surface area of the sheet, that is S. So total amount of charge present on the surface of the sheet q can be written as surface charge density of the sheet sigma multiplied by S. Now we have to find what is the flux passing through surface ds. So electric flux passing through surface ds at one side of the sheet, suppose at right side of the sheet, that can be written d phi is equal to E into ds. Now what can be the flux passing through whole Gaussian surface? If we increase this surface area ds, the maximum surface area of this surface can be equal to surface area of the sheet itself, and that is going to be S. So if we integrate this equation, d phi is equal to E into ds, so flux passing through whole Gaussian surface at one side of the sheet is equal to integration d phi is equal to E into integration of ds. We assume that in the immediate surrounding of the sheet the electric field is remaining constant, so integral d phi can be written as E integral ds. Now this integration phi is equal to E into ds, where S E into S, where S is maximum surface area of this ds, and that is equal to surface area of the sheet. There are going to be no electric lines of force outside the surface area of this sheet. So maximum Gaussian surface which can contain the flux due to charge on the sheet, that can be S. So it comes out to be flux passing through the Gaussian surface at one side of the sheet, phi is equal to E into ds. So as there are two surfaces of the sheet, so flux passing at the back side of the sheet again equal to ES. So flux passing at both sides of the sheets. Phi can be written as 2 into E into S. 2 is multiplied. As you can see, the whole charge present on the sheet is contained in this cube, and there is no flux passing in this direction, as thickness of the sheet is infinitely thin or very thin. That is why there is no flux in this direction vertically upward, or no flux passing vertically downward. So flux is passing through only two surfaces of surface area S, and this whole charge on the sheet is contained inside this closed surface. So this is an ideal case to apply the Gauss theorem. So if we apply Gauss theorem for this closed surface, the flux passing through the surface is going to be phi is equal to Q divided by epsilon naught. And you can see both the equations are providing flux passing through the Gaussian surface. That is why we can equate equation number 1 and equation number 2. So from equation 1 and 2, 2E into S is equal to Q by epsilon naught, or electric field at the point E is equal to Q divided by 2S epsilon naught. If Q is replaced by sigma S, so electric field at this point E is equal to sigma S divided by 2S epsilon naught. S cancels out, so electric field at the point E can be given as sigma divided by 2 epsilon naught. So by this equation you can see electric field in the immediate surrounding of the sheet is depending on the surface charge density of the sheet and the medium. But if we move to a larger distance, that cannot be true. The electric field in the presence of this sheet may decrease. So this equation is applicable in the case if we are obtaining or we are observing the electric field in the immediate surrounding of the sheet. In that condition, this equation is correct. So student, this is another example of application of the Gauss theorem. In this application, we are going to find electric field in the presence of two parallel sheets of charge. There are two sheets, sheet A and sheet B. Suppose both the sheets are given positive charge and charges are distributed over the surface. On both the sheets you can see positive charges are distributed uniformly. Surface charge density of sheet A is sigma A and surface charge density of sheet B is sigma B. So in the nearby space of these two sheets, the two parallel sheets divide the whole region into three parts. This is region first. To the left of both the sheets, region second. In between the sheets, this region, and region third at the right side of both the parallel sheets of charge. So these are three regions. We can find value of the electric field in the presence of these two sheets in region 1, region 2 and region 3 separately. So in the nearby space, if the sheets are placed very close to each other and we are observing the value of the electric field in a immediate surrounding of the sheets, in that condition electric field due to sheet A, as from the previous application we have seen electric field in the nearby space due to one sheet of charge, E is equal to sigma divided by 2 epsilon naught. Therefore electric field due to sheet A, EA is equal to sigma A divided by 2 pi epsilon, sigma A divided by 2 epsilon. Similarly, electric field due to sheet B, EB is equal to sigma B divided by 2 epsilon naught, as surface charge densities of both the sheets are assumed to be different. Now we can consider a convention for the direction. As you know, electric field is a vector quantity. So any electric field towards positive axis is considered to be positive, and electric field towards negative x-axis is considered to be negative. So see, in region 1, both the electric fields EA and EB are towards negative x-axis. That is why they are to be considered negative. So what can be the value of total electric field in region 1? E is equal to minus sigma A divided by 2 epsilon naught plus minus sigma B divided by 2 epsilon naught. If we take common, minus 1 by 2 epsilon naught sigma A multiply plus sigma B. If the charge densities of both the sheets are equal, suppose sigma A is equal to sigma B is equal to sigma, this can happen if both the sheets are given same amount of charge and their surface areas are equal. In that condition, their charge density sigma A and sigma B can be equal. So in that situation, what can be the electric field in region 1? E is equal to sum of two electric fields, and it comes out to be minus 1 by 2 epsilon naught common, sigma plus sigma, that is 2 sigma, 2 cancels, and electric field is coming out to be negative of sigma divided by epsilon. See, in region 2, direction of electric field EA is towards right due to repulsion on the test charge in the presence of sheet A. Similarly, direction of electric field EB due to repulsion due to sheet B is towards left. So both the electric fields in this region are in opposite direction. So by sign convention, what can be the total value of the electric field? E is equal to sigma A divided by 2 epsilon naught and minus sigma B divided by 2 epsilon naught due to vector sum of two electric fields of different directions. This is a subtraction. So 1 by 2 epsilon naught is common, sigma A minus sigma B. If their charge densities are equal, in that condition, the same electric field is going to be 0 in this region. So electric field is 0 for equal value of the charge density on both the sheets. Now in region 3, electric field EA is towards rightward, its direction. EB again towards right. So both the electric fields are assumed to be positive as acting towards positive x-axis. So total electric field in this region 3 can be written as E is equal to sigma A by 2 epsilon naught plus sigma B by 2 epsilon naught, 1 by 2 epsilon naught common, sigma A plus sigma B. If both the sheets are having same charge density, that is sigma, in that condition total electric field in region 3